This is the bivariate assignment by Pol242manila2013 entitled Confidence in Canadian Democratic Institution. My research question is, what are the factors that affect people's confidence in Canadian democratic institution? The dataset I used is CES 2011, and the index was constructed to look at people's confidence in Canadian democracy, and I will be using the reliability analysis to test the consistency of the index. Cross-tabulation was used to test if the relationship is significant by looking at the Pearson score, and the level of association of the proposed relationship by looking at either tau B or tau C. The ANOVA and Sheffield test was used to test a significant difference. The main purpose of my research is to look at what are some of the factors that cause people to lose confidence in Canadian democratic institutions, the federal government being the central feature of Canada's parliamentary democracy. It is always more desirable to have trust from the public. Therefore, the government should pay enough attention to why they are losing people's trust. Three variables are chosen to create the index, which are confidence in federal government, confidence in provincial government, and confidence in elections Canada. The alpha score got from the reliability test is 0.69, which has reached the threshold of a reasonable consistency of the index. The raw index is being recoded into a simpler version by grouping the raw index approximately in proportion. My first hypothesis is that a good economy corresponds with a high confidence in Canadian democracy, as supported by an article from CBC News. And the null hypothesis is that there is no relationship between a good economy and confidence. My second hypothesis is that a high satisfaction with performance of federal government is likely to lead to a high confidence in democratic institution, and the null hypothesis is that there is no relationship between the two. My third hypothesis is that a good perception on politicians will positively correspond to a high confidence in democracy, and the null hypothesis is that there is no relationship between the two. My last two hypotheses are supported by Tom Christensen's study on trust in government. The cross-tabulation of my first hypothesis gives a tau B of 0.22, which is a moderate relationship between the economic status and the confidence in democracy, and a Pearson score of 0 also rejects the null hypothesis. The F score of 0 indicates that the difference of confidence in democracy across levels of economic status is significant. The second cross-tabulation gives a similar result. The tau C is calculated to be 0.22. The Pearson score of 0 also rejects the null hypothesis. The relationship that more satisfied with government performance leads to higher confidence is also considered to be moderate. The F score of 0 tells us that the difference of confidence in democracy across levels of satisfaction is less likely to be caused by a sampling error. The third cross-tabulation gives a tau C of 0.26, which tells us that the relationship that a better perception on politicians will lead to a higher confidence in government is considered to be moderately strong. The null hypothesis is rejected because the Pearson score is 0, and the F score of 0 indicates that the difference of confidence in democracy across perceptions on politicians are significant, which means that it is less likely that it is caused by a sampling error. In summary, all three relationships proposed in my hypothesis are tested to be acceptable, and all three null hypotheses are rejected. The results of this research tells us that a good economy, satisfaction in government performance, and good perception on politicians are positively correlated to confidence in democratic institutions. The government can use the results as a guide to work on the three factors to regain people's trust. Since there is no one-factor explanation for losing trust in government, other possible reasons should be considered in future research, such as satisfaction with public services and involvement in political process.